A new video surfacing from Syria that claims to show rebel atrocities, one you may find disturbing to watch, purporting to show Islamist rebels carrying out a public execution in the northern city of Raqqa. You can see 3 men there said to be captured by government soldiers sitting on a curb, surrounded by armed masked men. One of the masked men reads from a paper, and then the soldiers are shot dead. We're not going to show you this video in its entirety. It is disturbing. That video emerging just days after another just absolutely horrifying clip was posted online. This is a still image taken from that video. The full version cannot be shown on television. A rebel leader appears to carve open a regime soldier's body, remove one of his organs, and take a bite of it. The rebel in the video offered an explanation for his actions in a Time magazine interview. He said, "We opened his cell phone, and I found a clip of a woman and her 2 daughters fully naked, and he was humiliating them, sticking a stick here and there," unquote. Erin Baker is Times Middle East bureau chief. She is the journalist behind that exclusive interview, and she joins us now live. Erin Baker, thanks for being with us. So Time magazine and you were able to speak with that rebel leader and essentially authenticate this video. What did he tell you?
Yes, he confirmed that it was him in the video, and he told us that he had no regrets and that he would probably do it again.
So what, I mean, this, of course, nobody is saying that the regime, for its part, is responsible, according to rebels, for some terrible massacres and aerial bombardments and human rights abuses. But this does a lot of damage. This does a lot of damage to the rebel cause.
Absolutely. It shows that they're not purely angels, that when we talk about arming or assisting the rebels, we have to be very careful to know where exactly such assistance is going. And you just don't know on the ground what is really happening there.
And this rebel commander, when he told you he would do it again, I mean, he had absolutely no qualms about having taken part in that act and having it filmed and having it put online?
The way he explained it was that you don't know what we're living through. And he's been, as other fighters that know him well tell me, he's been on the front lines for 2 years. I think psychologically that does something to you. It does something to everybody on the battlefield. And the moral barriers to something like what he did are lowered. They've seen so many atrocities, and they've also seen it by the regime. I mean, we have so much footage of regime soldiers and thugs beating, raping, torturing, killing rebels and civilians. So it's a bit of a tit-for-tat situation here.
Right, absolutely. It's descended into complete horror. What about those rebels who fight alongside him? I mean, are some expressing reservations?
I think the points they made to me was that he is not representative of all of the rebels, that he is one man acting out his conscience and looking for revenge, but not everybody is doing the same.
Now, overall, if we look at the conflict and the rebels themselves, you've been covering this conflict by speaking to some of your F.S.A. rebel sources as well. And we've been reading over the last several months of rebels feeling more and more squeezed because the Assad regime is managing to make some gains. Is that the sense you're getting?
Absolutely. Even al-Assad, the man in question in our video, or in the video I wrote about, he admitted that he had taken considerable losses over the last few weeks. Rebels across the board are feeling the pressure.
And how much pressure? I mean, are some now starting to think this isn't winnable for them?
I don't think anybody would ever admit that. I think more the sense is that we will die trying. No one's ever going to give up.
Yeah, and when you look at those videos, and in Raqqa also you saw some of that amateur video as well of what appear to be public executions in Raqqa. And this is something, knowing Syria myself, honestly, I never would have expected, even 6 months ago, to see these types of things. What is you've been an observer, a keen observer of this conflict. What does the future look like?
I gotta say, Hala, it looks really bad. I mean, it's going into a very sectarian situation. Al-Assad in this video was clearly saying that he would kill all Alawites. That's the minority sect that President Bashar al-Assad belongs to. And more of these videos are sectarian from both sides, saying that the Alawites will kill the Sunnis and the Sunnis will kill the Alawites. And that's where I see this conflict going if it can't end soon.
Aaron Baker, thanks so much of Time Magazine for joining us with more on that video and also the wider situation in Syria. Thank you very much.